How you doing? In this video, we're going to talk about all sorts of guides and grid and slices and how to configure all of them. Maybe get a little deeper, just a little bit. Come on. Now, first, let's just explore the smart guides first, right? Let's say maybe I create a shape like that, create a shape. Maybe create another one, maybe another one, why not, Great. So now this shape, let me just use this move to, right? Now, first thing that you have to know about the guides, the smart guides, is that they appear every time you move something, right? So for example, if I click here and move, see that they appear. See that magenta line? Okay, it's gonna see that. Now when it's a box like this, when it's a square box like this, that shows that you are in the 0 axis. As you can see, that little box menu, it shows that it's a 0 pixel right, 0 pixel bottom, right? Rather 0 pixel vertical, 0 pixel horizontal, right? Great. X's and Y's, right? That the box would show you, right? So you know from the smart guide, right? If you move maybe up, it's gonna show you that, oh, you're moving up, but you're not moving to the left and right, right? You're moving up, but not to the left and right. The guides show you that. Now, in the middle of the shape, you see another magenta line that shows you how far the center of the shape from where it started to where it is now. Makes sense, right? Great. So again, now I can take it and move it to the right, okay? Or maybe let me Control Z to put it back where it was. Take it, move it to the right. See, now it's the same thing that's happening, but only horizontal. Is it? Yeah, horizontally. I'm sorry. Great. Now, the guides would also follow you wherever you go, just trying to figure out whether you want to put this shape in the middle of the canvas, on the middle of the artboard, or you want to center it with another shape just like this one. You want to center it right, or you want to center it in the middle, or if it's in the middle, you see that middle to middle magenta line, okay? If it's in the left, again, you see that shape, right? Without going further, without trying to use everything else or anything else, right? This is gonna just show you quickly, and you're not gonna, you're not gonna waste time, right? Great. Again, let's say you have this shape right here, right? And you want to take this one and put it on top of this one. Obviously, this one is larger than that one, right? I could even maybe like change the color of this one just to make a little point, okay? Now, I take this one and I want to put it on top of this one like that, right? But I want to center it in the middle, in the center of it, right? I want them to be centered perfectly. The smart guides would show me that this is in the center, right? Right now, it shows that it is touching with the left side, right? With the side. If I move it like that, keep moving, and you see that little dot. I know you'll not see that dot from your screen, I guess, but I'm seeing the dot. There's a little dot inside there, right? If I move like that, okay? If I move, you see the dot start making a line like that, right? Like you see the line in the middle, in the center, right? You see that line, it shows how far from the center of the other shape is, right? If I move it back, boom, now it's centered perfectly, right? So if I come up here and I click, and click this, you see it is centered perfectly, right? Or maybe I could take this one, put it on top of this one, and you see it is centered perfectly. See that? Great. Now, here's another thing that the smart guide do. Actually, let me show you. Let me do this. Yes, right there. See that? You see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? When I click Control, right? I'm having this measurements, okay? You see that? This measurements, and they show me how much pixels around or away or distance and stuff like that, right? All in the smart guide program, right? Even if it's just distance like this, right? From here to here, right? If I take this one, right? And I see that aligns, it shows that now I'm in the center of this one, right? But then if I click it and just push it close to this one, okay? I hope this, yes, there you go, there you go. You see those numbers in the spaces between the paint, not paint, oh my, guys, please bear with me. I'm telling you, I'm making a lot of videos. I think I should just take a rest, okay? Take a rest. But I'm not gonna take a rest because I wanna make 100 videos per channel, right? I have a lot of channels. I have 4 channels of final graphics fountains. Go back to my channel dashboard, scroll down to the bottom. You'll see my channels. Go subscribe in all of them, okay? Just subscribe in all of them and you make me feel happy inside, okay? Yes. So I'm trying to make 100 videos on all of them within 2 months, okay? Within 2 months, okay? Even less than 2 months. So you see that I'm making a lot of videos and my mind is like just giving me problems now, okay? So bear with me. Yes, again, back to the tutorial. The spaces between, right, all of them, right, are gonna show and they're gonna just show you before you even start trying to measure with your eyes and, you know, no, you cannot do that. You need smart guides. 39, 39, now you can let go, right? But if you grab and pull away, it's gonna show that you are not in the same measurement with the other one. If you put it back like this, it's like, oh, now you snap correctly, right? Now you can let go. Yes, and that is the smart guide. Let us move on to the ruler guides, right? The ruler guides are these ones over here, right? And you can have them by coming up here on view, right? Go down to rulers, right? If you unclick this, as you can see, they'll disappear. If you want to bring them back, you come back here and click rulers and they come back, right? Shortcut is Control R. See, Control R again. Now they're back, right? Now to get them to work, right? You have to just come here on the border of the ruler and just click and drag, right? Drag it in the canvas. Let go, and now that is a mark, right? If you want a horizontal one, click on top and drag it down like that, and you let it go like that, right? Now you can click as much as you want, right? You can have as much as you want, right? Great. But what if you don't want like too many of them? Like maybe you just want this one, but then you also want it to be vertical, sometimes horizontal, right? Well, hover on top of it like this, right? Until you get that icon that shows the move left and right, right? And then first of all, you can remove and replace it like that, right? Just like that. And when you hover like this, you hold Alt, click. Now it changes the direction. You see that? Did you know about that? I don't know. Again, click Alt, click, and now it changes directions, right? Great. Now, what if maybe you don't want really to keep the guides guiding like that, right? Maybe you just want to see some points and then just let it go, right? For example, if you want to know where something is in terms of measurement, right? Now you come up here on the corner, see that corner, right? You click and now you're gonna get a full measurement from up to down. Like this is a full, like it shows, when you look at the rulers up there and you look at the rulers on the left, right? You see that it is showing you right now I'm on 400 by 200. You see that? Now I know this is 400 by 200, right? Now I let go, it all goes away, right? So this is just for quick use, right? Great. But 400 by 200 what, right? So to know that the kind of measurement, right, or the matrix, whatever you want to say, right? You come up here and you click, right click on the rulers like that, right? So now you can change the measurement options, right? Now you can make it in inches, make it in centimeters, make it in millimeters, make it in points, and you know, you can even put percentages like that, right? Let's put it back in pixels. You see that? Great. Now you can also just fully configure this, you know, on the settings, right? So when you pull that line, that guideline, you hover on it like that, and now you double click it, right? When you double click it, you get this window right here, right? Now to see what's going on, let me first move this artboard over to the left, and then do the double click again. And then now I can move this about here. Great. So right here it says guides, right? I can change the color of the guide. You know, maybe I could make it red like that. On the canvas though. Now read carefully. Is this on the canvas, right? Yes. But then if you want to see me changing this, you can change it on the artboard, right? So you can see it changing, right? I'm sorry. Make it green, so now it's green. Make it red, so now it's red. You know, make it I don't know, black, and now it's black, right? But I don't recommend that you just change and play around with these colors, right? Remember, we learn with these colors, so changing these colors might, you know, confuse you along the way. Unless I only recommend that you change the colors of the guide if you cannot see the guide, like if you cannot see the color, right? Maybe your eyes cannot see that color clearly, right? Then you can change the color to whichever you prefer, right? So right now, let's go back to where it was. I think it was blue, right? Yes, that one. You can change the line. You can make it a dotted line, just like so. I know you cannot see that from the screen, but I can see that like perfectly. It's a dotted line, you know, it's just a small pixel dotted line. Now it's a straight line, now it's a dotted line, right? I don't know if you can see the difference. If you can, just say I can, right? Great. Now you could also show them if they're inactive, right? If they're inactive, you can show them, right? Because sometimes you put guides in different artboards and, you know, and the guides are not active, so they don't show, right? Great. So you want to show them, then you can, of course, just click here, right? But again, I don't like that. So it's going to be guides everywhere. And now you're going to confuse yourself unless otherwise. Okay, great. Now, these are the smart guides. Again, you can change the color of the smart guides to yellow, whatever. Magenta is the one that you get, right? The grid, right? Now, let me show you the grid before I come back here, right? Now, the grid is, again, come up to view and then come up to show. And then now here is grid, right? You click here and the grid shows, right? This is the grid right here, right? Now, everything that I show you is a back-end tools, so they don't export with it. So don't worry about, hey, I don't want it to export with it. No, don't worry. This is all backend, right? These are all guides, right? They just guide you with your design, right? Great. Again, you can just, you know, again, you can do this and double click on the ruler, or you can just come up here and edit, preferences, and then guides, grid, and slices, right? Come up here and then you're gonna get that panel, right, or window. Come down here on grid. Now you can change the grid color, you know, to whichever. Red changes to red now, green changes to green now, you see? And you can change the line of it. You can make it a dotted line so I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. And you can change it to even more dotted line. You can see this one. I know you can see this one, right? Yeah, I know you can see this one. Great. Let's put it back to where it was, right? Great. Now you can, you know, measure it again, okay? Just like that. grid lines, you know. Then you can measure it in centimeters, pixels, so on and so on and so on and so on, right? Subdivisions is how much divisions do you want from each other, right? For example, let's just bump this up to here. You know what, let's just go in one at a time. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, you see the changes? You see the changes? Yeah, these are all divisions from each other, right? Yeah, these are all divisions from each other, just like that. Great, let's move on. Let's move on. Right, now that's the grid. Again, in the grid, what you can do, you see this big cross right here? This is the last place that I used the, remember the cross navigator that I use here? You remember this? This is it right here. So if I let go, everything is gonna move here, right? This cross, big cross, I don't know what to call this exactly. So it's a cross measurement, navigator, however you want to call it, right? Great. So if you let it go like here, that's where it's gonna be on the grid. You see that? Yes. You want to remove the grid, you come up here on view, say show, and then unclick here, right? Great. Now slices, right? Slices. Now if you want to use slices, you come here on the slices, and now you can just start slicing, you know, start slicing, you know. Yeah, just start slicing like that, right? Great. But then now let's go configure the slices, right? Edit, preference, guide, slice, and etc. Now on the slices, there's not much to configure than just changing the colors of it, and you know, if you want to see the numbers, you want to see them in count. Like for example, this is, we have 1, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, and 9, 8, 7. You know, this is how you count them. You know, I recommend that you leave it like this so you would know how much you count, how much they are, or how many slices you have, and which slice is which number and stuff like that. But if you don't want to do that, just untoggle this and you're gonna have a clean page, right? Or clean slices. Great. Put that back on and let's move on. Great. So now we are on path, right? Path, right? Let's move this away like that. And let's move the rulers. Great. Oh, now you see, you still have a slice over here, right? You still have a slice over here. So again, come up here and show and slices, untoggle this, and now the number here is gone. Great. Now we're talking about the what are we talking about? The path, right? The best way to, you know, to just draw quickly a path is to use a pen tool, right? Now, anyway, anything has a path, like a shape also has a path. But then let's just come up here and create our path with a pen tool. Maybe just, you know, make it look nice like that, right? And now that is a path that we can just quickly relate on, right? Great. Again, come up here on edit, preference, guide, grids, slices, and now come down here to path, and we can just change the color of the path. You see, change the color of the path just like that, right? And you can change the pixels and how thick the path is. For me, I can clearly see the path. Some people have eye problems, so you might, I don't know, really, is that too tiny? I don't know. But then if it's too tiny for you, you can go up to 3 pixels. 3 pixels is the maximum. I cannot put more pixels than 3. Okay, I can go lower than 1 though, like see that, lower than 1, but then I cannot go more than 3, like that, right? Great. And then controls, well, there's nothing to explain here. It's just color. You can just change the color and controls, and nothing else to say, right? Great. Yes, and what's left now is it's pretty straightforward. Just these options right here. You can lock the guides. So if you lock them, you keep them there so they don't move. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, and you have new guides. You have a new guide layout, if you want to make it guide layout and stuff like that. So it's all so straightforward and simple. I don't know if you, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, let me see. Maybe I can just show you just one of these. Maybe you have a guide like over here, right? Now, obviously, just like I showed you before, you can hover here and move the guide all over again and just place it somewhere else, right? But then when you come up here and lock the guide, see that lock guide, see? Now you cannot move it, even if you hover on top of it. See, it doesn't show any hover icon. See, I cannot move it now. It's locked. It's locked. It's there forever until I unlock it. See that? Now I can come back and move it again, right? So now if I have a guide like this, now I would clear it. See, this is actually is just, it's pretty straightforward. It's gone now. It's clear, right? So those are just pretty straightforward options, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is perfection. Take it in, keep it real, stay tuned, and I'll see you in a scroll. Okay? Yes.